G'day, Brad Sugars, author of The Wealth Coach, and yes, I'm back again with some more advice on wealth. You know, I put a saying out many years ago that if you want to out-earn me, you've got to out-learn me. In other words, the more you learn, the more you earn. And it's not a complex algorithm, it's a simple thing to understand, but that doesn't mean it's easy to do. I remember when I was first taught this at 16 years of age, and boy, it's made a difference for my wealth. I look at it and I think, now, if I tried to add it up, I would say I've invested more than $500,000 in educating myself, not just university and college stuff. I became an accountant. But it's kind of the old saying, I think Jim Rohn said it best. He said, it's what you learn after college that'll make you wealthy. See, school and university will teach you how to get a job, but it's what you learn after that that builds wealth. And the Wealth Coach is all about what you need to learn afterwards so that you actually build wealth. So I'll tell you a little bit about my learning story because I want you to understand what to learn, not just that you need to learn. When I first started out, it was learning anything about personal growth. And I had to grow personally because I didn't have the belief that I was, how can I put this nicely? Well, let me be real blunt. I didn't believe I deserved it. Didn't believe I deserved wealth. And I came from a normal background. Most people come from fairly normal beginnings. And I didn't believe wealth was something I deserved, and I had to learn that first. And that's why a lot of the story of the Wealth Coach is about that and learning the understanding, the philosophies, not just the strategies of wealth, which we go into in the book, but the philosophies behind that. I had to learn that it was okay to have money. Sunday school was a great thing to learn about a lot of things, but not money. Sunday school taught me a lot about how to not want money. And I was lucky enough to learn from Reverend Ike and Dr. Frederick A. Caron-Cotter and Stuart Wilde and a lot of people about the subject of money, that it's okay to be with money. And then I started learning a lot about sales and marketing and business. And once I got my business going, I had good cash flow and everything, then I had to learn how to study. I remember about 26 years of age really noticing that I had to learn the subject of investing and the subject of putting money away, because whilst making it was good, income rich is not rich. Income rich is, yeah, I have a bunch of assets, but a bunch of income, but if I spend it, I don't have anything left. There's no long-term money. There's no old money. There's no assets that garner wealth for future generations. And so I started looking at that. How do I build generational wealth? What have I got to look for? And generational wealth comes from investing. And so I had to get that learning. And so a lot of it started for me. I went to a lot of seminars. Now, I know some people are like, oh, I don't really like going to seminars and stuff, but I fell in love with going to seminars for the pure thing that I found that not only did I learn stuff, but I got to build a network of people. And I think that's really important when it comes to money, having a good network of people that are around you. I not only got the good network but I found that my identity shifted, who I believed I was, what I felt I was, how valuable I was, and what I was, if I can put it really bluntly, I started to build level of deservedness for myself. And then I started to realize that I do deserve wealth and it's okay to be wealthy. And that, you know, there's just all of those things that I had to learn. And I found seminars and workshops were far better than than reading the books. Still did a ton of books, and my strategy for books was I would go to a bookstore and just pick out something that stood out to me at that point in time. And basically every week I was at a bookstore. There wasn't a week where I didn't go, and especially I was kind of lucky. I flew a lot, and I guess the airport bookstores always have something, and never walk past an airport bookstore without picking up at least one book that'll give you at least one lesson. Mentors and coaches was probably the next thing. I found that I learned a lot about, there's three types of investing. There's business and real estate and shares. They're the three basic types. And I know people say, oh, there's artwork and there's that, but then you've got to have both income and asset growth, so capital gain and cash flow, for it to be a real investment. So when it came to business, I had plenty of mentors and I learned a lot about business through many of them and stuff. When it came to real estate, some of the best mentors I had were actually real estate agents. Some of the agents who would teach me about areas, and I would go out with them and they would show me an area and how to, what was good, what streets were worth investing in, what weren't, and so many amazing mentors and coaches along the way. So look, The more you learn, the more you will earn. It's not complex. It's something that just has to happen. You cannot get wealth in your back pocket or in your bank account until you get wealth in your head and your heart. Until you believe in yourself wealth-wise, and until you know how to create wealth and rebuild wealth, it's just not going to happen. So get to learning. Start with the Wealth Coach, or if you've already started the journey, add the Wealth Coach to your journey. Add my other books and Billionaire in Training and all of these books to your journey. Get as many wealth books as you can and just keep studying until it becomes a reality. It won't happen at the first 2 or 3 books. You've got to get to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 books. See, it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle learning. The first 2 or 3 books will put in kind of like the corners of the jigsaw, and then the next 5 or 10 seminars, workshops, books, whatever, they'll build the outline type thing, and then you've got to go and build the jigsaw and put it all together. It takes time and energy and effort to build wealth. Don't think it happens in a day. I look at all the people that I've taught to build wealth over the years, and I mean that in sincerity, over the years. It doesn't take weeks or months. It takes a lot of time. And so get to reading. Enjoy the Wealth Coach. If you haven't already ordered it, please order your copy now. Order a few copies for some of your friends and family as well. Help them build wealth with you. Don't go on this journey alone. Go on it together. What's that old African proverb? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go a long way, go together. So build your wealth team. Learn with the real estate coach. Get started. Get learning. The Wealth Coach is yours. Click the link. Take an order. Take care. Keep learning. Bye for now.